Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the DDR5 Premium SPG, that's located on the westbourne of West Airfield, and it's under the command of 15JG52Brauer. Yes, I know it's a very long name, isn't it? But yeah, he's managed to grow on us. Game on. Well, you can see 2 marks of excellence on the barrel of his gun, which means he's played this Arty a lot. And it's the one Arty that wasn't nerfed in the big nerf that happened recently. Well, I suppose you could say some of the other Artys weren't nerfed as well because they had lesser guns and, yeah, the ones lower down the tier. Yeah, this one still as powerful as it was when it first came out, and I suppose Wargaming wanted that because it's one of the ones they still keep selling. And if they did nerf it, I don't think they would sell very many. Okay, first target's an AMX ELC Biz who's making a rather suicidal run towards our cap area. Just a fraction of a second too late. He's gone behind the bush, or behind the rock, and he's out the game. The kill shot came in from the M10 RBFM. Meanwhile, a Type 64 who's being a little more cautious poked his head up to get a quick look and see if he could get a shot, but in return he receives a 105mm shell in the face. Unfortunately, it didn't penetrate him, which is surprising. Oh, but that one hit him as well because there was no explosion. We changed the aim over to the Panzer IV Ausführung H. Rounds out. Just landed short. Now, as you know, it's a 105mm shell. Does 410 alpha. Oh, he got a hit! 123, even though the guy was hiding behind the rock. So, 410 alpha. It will penetrate 53mm of armor. Oh, he tried to get the Type 64 again. It didn't work. With the heat rounds, and you can see that 15JG52 is actually carrying some, he'll do 350 off that one and penetrate 104mm, so especially useful against heavily armed tanks. Now that one definitely hit home, so he probably hit the Cavalier or the other tank, the T28 that's on that corner, and he got another direct hit. So somebody is getting hurt every shot he's firing in. Oh, not that one. That's why it's so good being down in the south. You see, you get all these angles that you can shoot up towards the north, but unfortunately the one thing about the Fifi, as we call it, the Fifi La Pew Pew, named by one of the What Arty Noobs members, it's not capable of firing the entire battlefield unless you are sitting right in the center of the battlefield. You fire one quick round in there, snapshot to try and get the Type 64. He's fully dialed in now. This should be a direct hit. It was 138. He had a nice tight aiming circle, so each of these shots is likely to do some serious damage, and that one killed him. It probably landed in the cockpit and killed the crew, and that Type 64 is out of the game. Rounds out the T28, and that was a direct hit, but it was a critical hit only, not damage. Okay, he's trying to get that Type 64, the one he was firing at earlier. You can see he's very little in the way of hit points now, that guy. Only 36%, so those direct hits had a significant effect upon that guy's health. Okay, we can see where the enemy Arty is as well. He's right at the back, or just near the back of the cap on the enemy side. Tracers emanating from that area. That one landed just short. Rounds out, looks good. Oh, it's a kill shot! Yeah, he hit the rear of the Type, and the Type just literally went up. Try to snap to get round those columns. Those columns can be really effective at blocking shots. So that's a really good place to be, actually, if you're up front and spotting the enemy. Okay, we've got an Excalibur this time. British tank destroyer. This is a tier 7 game, by the way, with tier 5 tanks in it. That's why we're bottom tier. That was a heat round. Unfortunately, it It hit the dirt and made just a very expensive hole, and that one's going to do the same, I'm afraid, because the Excalibur's moved on. Okay, these two, though, are heavily armoured vehicles, so the heat rounds should have some effect upon these. In fact, he got 125 hit points off the IS. Okay, rounds out. This is standard HE this time. Direct hit on the T28, going for the IS this time, so he pulls back. Didn't get a shot there, just shot over the top of his engine deck. Now that might actually hit the rock face, but he didn't. It skimmed over the top of the rock face into the Excalibur. Rounds out. That was a good lead on the target. Oh, and he killed him with that one as well. Just to the side of the vehicle, going for the IS again. Oh, no, that was behind him. Okay, when they're stationary, just... Oh! Will that? No, it doesn't, I'm afraid. And unfortunately, we just lost the AT7. Rounds out. Looks good. Just missed him. Fraction. The Jagdpanther kills the IS, stone dead. Now, we're one tank up on the enemy at the moment. Another direct hit on the VK. That was a good aim shot, that one. Unfortunately, the VK is moving a little too quick. And the Cavalier's backing up. No, that one didn't get it. That's good. 172 off that one. The Cavalier's really hurting now. In fact, I think he's decided it's just too unsafe around this area. He's having to get out. Oh, now we didn't see the actual tracer, but that shell landed near the Cavalier, and he got 4 hit points of splash. He fires one blind just to try and get the Cavalier as he's retreating, but no joy. He's down to 14 rounds of ammunition now, and there's 5 enemies left. Yes, he's got that in out thing, which he plays with the mouse whilst he's actually aiming. Okay, we've got the T25-2. Rounds out, looks good. Ooh, such a long way away. 3 seconds, well, nearly 3 seconds, 2.8 second delay. He's found the Bishop. He's virtually fully dialed in, but he gets the direct hit, wipes the guy out with one shot. So that was definitely a penetrating shot, that one. He fired that one, anticipating the T25-2 would keep going straight, and he didn't. We've got a Challenger, which is a British tank destroyer. Fully dialing in, rounds out. Now, that looked like it hit the ground, actually, so I don't think he got a hit there. He's firing another round. No, the Challenger pulled back. And now the Britannia Panther, the Baguette Panther as most people call it, trying to have a go at the Challenger. That shell fell short. The Challenger's gone. There's only 2 enemies left now. The Cavalier that we hit earlier, he just got wiped out. And the M10's gone, which means it's a victory. And he's playing about with his aim, so I'm going to take that away from him. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for 15JG52Brauer in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he actually ended up with 17. And he got a Gauze medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. Look at that win rate there, 9,250, which is super unicum and quite a bit more. Very well played. Let's have a look at team score. Top of the table, 3,029 hit points. The next high scorer being the Jagdpanther, who got 2,004, followed by the IS on the enemy team, 1,606. When it came to kills, he got 4. The Jagdpanther got 4. Those are the top scorers. 2 kills went to the VK3001H, the IS, and the Excalibur. And when it came to base XP, he's got that one as well. So he's got the top in all three columns. 1,231 went to 15JG52Brauer. And 889 went to the Yank Panther. He's the only one over 1,000. 728 went to the Type 64. He fired 42 rounds in that game. Got 17 direct hits and 4 penetrations. 21 splash. Damage of 3,029 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Which vehicles did he actually penetrate in the end? So I always like looking at this. Oh, he penetrated the Excalibur on one of his shots. He penetrated the Type 64 on another one. Just looking, the Bishop, yes, he definitely penetrated the Bishop. No trouble at all on that. And it's a pity it doesn't show the number one up to make it easier for you to identify which one it was. Oh, he penetrated the Cavalier as well with one of his shots. Okay, let's have a go back to the details. 10 enemy vehicles were damaged, 4 killed, 110 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 62,724 credits from the game, 90,000 for completing a mission, 152,724 credits altogether. After ammunition resupply and consumables, he took away 114,116 credits profit. 1,846 XP, times 4 for the first victory, 739 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 8,125 experience points altogether. Even though he fired some premium rounds in this game, he still came out with a whopping great profit, and it really didn't matter that he didn't hit all of those targets, because the ones he did hit, he got some superb damage off them. And it's rare that you see in a tier 7 game that you get this much damage off tier 7 opponents, and I think that's one of the reasons why he did so well on getting an ace tanker. Rare to get an ace tanker in the 105 leFH18B2, or rather it's difficult until you've done the first one, and from there on in it seems a little easier. But I think it was all down to the fact that he was consistent. He actually did dial in on the enemy. He actually did aim ahead and line up the targets, try and hit them while they were on the move. And he came out with great results. So well done to 15JG52Brauer. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And of course, please do let other people know that this channel exists and that we've got a second one called The General, and there's a link in the description. Thanks for watching.